Hello, Gonzalo. How are you?
These are my friend. Fine,
How's it
thank
going?
you.
I'm sorry.
How is it going?
Well, busy, like always.
Are you with a
What
lot
about
of
you?
friends? Well, a little bit better. I think that today was more relaxing, but still, problems doesn't nunca
They don't,
falta.
yeah, they don't stop, right? You're
Yes,
always gonna have something coming up.
yes.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, yesterday was a little bit difficult. I couldn't get Zoom nor Pearson start again, so I had to postpone also my class
Oh,
after
don't
you were.
worry, my friend. Dude.
I don't know. You know what? I have used different conference platforms, Teams, Google Meet, WebEx, GoToMeeting. What else? And the one that has these weird outcomes is Zoom.
Yes, I know
Zoom
that.
stops all of a sudden, and that's it. It doesn't give you. It
Yes,
doesn't.
and
And the thing,
everything goes down, right?
yeah, and it doesn't give you a heads up. It just stops, and you're just talking, and you don't notice that the meeting is done. When when you use Teams, it gives you a beeping sound that you're not connected.
Yes. Oh, yes. Teams?
Yes, Teams does that. Yeah,
Oh, dude, that sounds awesome.
and Skype also. Skype does that. I like Skype,
I
but
don't use Skype since I was 10 years, I think, 13 years.
it's upgraded. I like it. I mean, you can use it, but I
Yeah,
guess
now,
we always want something new, right?
yes, now it's better, Skype.
Oh yeah, yeah, you should try it. Is way better.
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. The,
Mhm.
the thing is that Zoom has his boom on the COVID, right? So
Yeah,
everyone started
but it's
using
actually not
Zoom.
good, man. I don't like it.
You don't like Zoom?
No, mm-mm.
I think that
It's
Google Meet is better than Zoom.
Google Meet is very flexible.
Yes. And also like you can connect directly. You can manage your meetings from your email, from your
That's
Gmail.
even better, right?
Yes, I love that.
And
But
for Teams, you need to synchronize your Teams account into your Outlook.
Teams is really good, dude. Also for putting the tasks and everything, man.
But
I
is
love
you need, but yeah, but the problem with Teams is that you need a good computer and you need
Yes.
a good Wi-Fi connection
Yes.
because it takes a lot of memory.
Yes, sure. I
That's the
agree with that.
downside about Teams.
I
For
agree with
Skype, it's actually very light. I mean, if you're just looking for a conference, Skype is a good option. And of course, Skype has been around for a long time. Oh, and some people use what's the name of that platform? Engineers use it mainly for sharing information. Do you remember it? Uh,
WebEx? Maybe
no,
no.
no, 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 no. There's
What
another
is
one.
it called? Mm, no, I don't remember.
I forgot, but there's another one that is very complex. I believe I used that one just briefly when I was in school, but I didn't like it that much. I like more Skype because it was just simple. I forgot the name, man.
Uh,
Well, anyways, I'll find out. I'll ask a friend and see if he knows anything. He can remind me of the name. But anyways, I promised to you that today we were going to do some practices, right?
Yes,
Okay,
excited
so
about it.
okay, so this is these are really good exercises that I used in my private teaching, and
Oh,
I use British Council because they have all kinds of exercises. As you can see, they have divided the sections. For example, in this case, C1 level and for the listening part, okay? And then it gives you a topic, some instructions. So there's always vocabulary and exercises, okay?
okay.
So
Tita, my
let's
friend,
try,
I,
yes.
I have a doubt that I was going to ask you today. Um, I was seeing my requirements for the master degree, and well, they accept the TOEFL IBT that is over 120 points. When I was looking for that TOEFL test, it only have 4 sections. That is writing, speaking, listening, reading.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. So they don't have grammar. I wanted to ask you if that
Oh, no,
exam
no, no.
doesn't have grammar.
Grammar, grammar is the basics.
Okay. So
Okay,
grammar is
grammar,
evaluated, I think that on speaking and writing, right?
yes. Well, remember, why are we learning the basics of grammar?
Yeah.
Because whenever you encounter an exercise where you have a multiple choice, for example, if you're doing a reading exercise in the TOEFL exam, and they give you different scenarios, but you have pretty much the same verbs, but just conjugated differently. Remember,
Yes.
you have different meaning. You have the past continuous, simple past, present perfect, past perfect. So imagine if they give you that condition, or even if you read something and then they ask you about your comprehension, you need to understand what the writer is trying to convey.
Okay. Yes. Well, I was with that doubt. I thought that I was going to have like grammar grammar exercise as the usual Pearson
Yeah.
exercise.
Now, grammar is like the Bible. Is omnipresent.
It's the basics.
Exactly. Yes. That's
But
what it
I don't
is.
know. When I speak, do I mix up tenses?
What do you mean?
When we have these cheat tags? Like, I don't know if
If
sometimes,
your tenses are correct,
yes, or if I talk in the correct way.
well, remember, you're being spontaneous, right? When you
Yes,
speak. So that's a big step, maybe the most important of all of them in the end. So if we make mistakes in the tenses at times, don't feel bad because I do that mistake also sometimes.
okay,
And if you want to know if you are using the tenses correctly, you do. Most of the times you do.
yes,
Okay.
okay.
So I don't want to say you always do because that would be
All
incorrect.
right, yes, I
You
know.
have you yes, but what I'm trying to say is that I make that mistake as well. But it's that's normal conversation because it's different to speak spontaneously and all of a sudden just write a paper. That's different because you got time to do it.
Yes, and you have time to think about it.
I'm pretty sure you do the same mistake in Spanish.
Yes, Spanish is really hard. Like you have 101 tenses. You have the pluscuamperfecto, pasado. You have a lot of I don't know. Spanish is really hard, dude. It's like I don't.
Spanish is complex and very broad.
Yes, I don't know if I ever told you this. When I was in my it's not a master but a postgrad course on Colombia we of logistics in MIT, we were talking about how difficult was Spanish because we also have Brazilian people there.
Oh,
So we were talking like that, and the Brazilian people told us that the most difficult part is that we have one word for a lot of meanings, like dale. So dale is like, okay, go do it, or
mhm.
dale, the give it away, or dale, the hit someone. So you have a lot of meanings for that word, you know? So they were like fooling around about it. So
It is, actually it is. And it gets even more interesting when you get into context of cultural differences. For example,
yes,
I don't know how it is in Bolivia, but in Mexico, uh, there's different words for a boy. Chamaco, escuincle, mocoso,
yes, friend.
niño,
We call
you
it
know?
here feto, niño. We call it that fit. Feto.
Feto, that's just, that's awesome.
Yes, friend. It's like feto. Puberto,
Okay.
mocoso. We all call that.
Okay. Yes. That's when it gets tricky.
We
And
all
I have heard that comment so many times. And but yeah, um I guess that's one of the beauties about English. English is not difficult. It gets difficult, for example, for speakers that are not uh
native.
romance familiar, like Asian people, right?
Oh yeah.
Asian people and Russian people, for example, and Chinese, Japanese, Korean, they have a hard time because uh, they don't have like a vocabulary per se. So it gets difficult for them because they're not used to certain words or expressions.
Yes, it's like difficult for the ones that doesn't come from Latin, right?
Yeah, that's even more complex. Okay,
Yes, because I think
so
that
we
they
have
don't
it
use,
easy.
we have it easy. I think that they don't use the word R, the letter R, sorry.
Yeah,
So it's like,
so
yes, but
it gets tricky. Yes.
and Russian, dude, that idiom. Oh my God,
Well,
that
to be honest, Russian is easier than German
would be, of course, dude. It's I don't know if you
because they
ever
have a
saw.
vocabulary and it's very similar like in Spanish.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
The
Every time
alphabet, I'm sorry, the alphabet.
every time I heard about it, I thought that it was really hard. But German, I don't know if you saw those memes that they fool around about German speaking because they say one word like, I don't know, we have heart, corazón, and they have a really long word for that meaning. I don't know if you saw it. Have you saw it?
Yeah, you see, you can do a romantic song with that, right?
Yes, friend. That yes.
I don't find it I don't find it attractive to
No.
have a like a romantic song in German.
No, it's really tough. The language is really harsh, you know. Like every
Mhm.
time they speak, they it seems like they are mad, and I don't know. It's it's I don't know. When I was seeing, I don't know if you saw that series about street. I think that no, it wasn't Stranger Things, but it was a German
Black
one.
Mirror? No.
No, it's the one that they go to the past and then to the future, and
Oh,
everything is messed up. Did you saw it? I don't know if you saw it.
there's like a couple of movies like that.
Yeah, but it's a German one and it's a series. I don't know if you
Oh
saw it
man.
or
No,
you
I
only
don't think so. Mm-mm.
heard about it. It's a really good one. I'll let you know what it.
Yes, yes, please. Maybe I can watch it.
Yes, Brian, it's really good. But I'll show you that. And I saw that series on the German language, and it was really, really, I don't know, stressing. stressful, but the series was too good that I needed to keep going, dude.
Okay. Yeah. And I was going to ask you, have you decided what university are you going to try doing your master's program?
Yes, friend, I have decided. Well, we have a expression here on Bolivia that is always put your bullets on a lot of, well, a lot of opportunities. So I decided to have four bullets. So I have Hong Kong University. I have, yes, it sounds really weird.
Mhm.
But I have Hong Kong University. I have
Okay.
London University. Um, well, I dream about Stanford. Why not? And I also have MIT on my head. So I'm with those right now. Just don't laugh.
Any of them.
Nicht aufeinander. Sie sind
I have
in
found
einem ewigen Kreis miteinander
the series.
verbunden.
Yes. Stop.
Caesar, can you hear me? Sorry.
The last
Hello?
one is expensive though. Yeah,
Uh,
yes, I can hear you.
okay. Yes, the series called Dark. You need to see it.
There's a game named like that.
Yes, just but this series is really crazy, dude. But yes, all of them are really expensive. Well, I will look for a scholarship, but I really want to go to those because my master's degree I want to
Okay.
do it on data science and statistics. So hope
Okay.
everything goes
Yes,
well.
all of them are good options, but they're expensive.
Yeah, yes, friend. Yes, they are. First step
Okay.
is getting in. Then,
So let's see if we can complete this assignment and try another one. Okay.
okay, let's do it.
Okay. I if there's a problem with lagging. Can you notice it?
Yes, I have noticed that. I lost you for a bit between words. I lose you.
We're lagging. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off because I couldn't hear you. So yeah, send me the information about the schools. Maybe I can more than likely just to check out the TOEFL or the exams requirements.
Okay, yes, my friend. I'll send it to
Okay.
you. I put it on an Excel and I put on like a Gantt diagram.
Okay.
So I need to accomplish all the requirements. I need to postulate on December 15th. And well, once I get in, then I get the chance to have a scholarship. But the first step is to
Okay.
get in. So I don't know why, but all the universities now, I think that they manage that way. First, they accept you, and then they evaluate you, so you can have a scholarship. And Hong Kong is it's really, I
Right.
don't know.
That sounds interesting.
Yes,
Sounds like
Hong
a
Kong
good right?
is yes, Frank. Hong Kong is really like I don't know. It's really weird because you have to get in and you have to be the best on the three first modules, and then you are going to get the scholarship. So yes,
Okay.
I don't know what
Awesome.
I'm getting in, but well, that's life. It is what it is.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Well, let's look into some information later on. Find out what are the requirements for the English examination, and see how can we can re we how we can get ready for that. Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So challenges at work. Maybe you're familiar with this.
Every day, dude. Every day.
Okay. So listen to four people talking about different businesses or business challenges, practice and improve your listening skills. But before we do that, let's do the preparation task. Match each with the vocabulary 1 to 8. So number 1, to make an assumption. What is the correct answer?
Okay, so let me see. Is to believe something is true without having any real proof.
Okay.
Okay.
What about number 2? To get on the same page.
To agree about how something should be done.
To commit.
Okay. Is to promise that you will do something.
To do overtime.
Is to do more working hours than is agreed in your contract. Yes.
To feel awkward.
To feel awkward is to feel uncomfortable.
Okay. Capacity.
Capacity. To promise that you have difficult period. Let me check it there. A team of people, same physical place. No, that's not. Do something. Oh, sorry. The amount of space available. Yes, capacity.
A virtual team.
Is a team of people who are not in the same physical place.
And a rough patch.
A difficult period of time.
Okay. Are any of these expressions new to you?
No, but capacity, I was like, because we were talking about the work, I was putting on my mind like it was like how capable you are from to do one job, you know?
Okay. That's understand. Okay. So let's see.
Okay.
Let's go into the transcript. So what we're going to do here, we're going to listen to the explanation.
Hello.
So we're going to listen. Are you ready?
Okay, friend. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you're having a little bit of lagging, but I can hear you now.
Okay. So we're going to listen to this transcript. Let me see if I can get the audio running. Give me just a second.
Okay.
This recording is from
Okay. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Cesar, my friend, I'm hearing you really, really bad right now. I think that you have, we are with a lot of lying. Hello?
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, right now I can hear you.
Okay, so let's listen to the transcript. Are you ready?
Ready.
Hey, I'll never forget the first time I met our new contact from Retrolink, one of our top 5 customers. I had travelled to their office to meet him in person, talk about the history of our companies together, and define a shared vision for future cooperation. I wanted to focus on building a good relationship with him, which would be a good foundation for working together. So when we met, I wanted to make a good impression and also show him respect. I greeted him with a handshake and addressed him by his surname. When I put my hand out, I realized he had been moving in to give me a hug. So we did an awkward mixture of the two. Also, when I greeted him by his surname, he responded politely, though he used my first name. It was all a little uncomfortable. In this situation, I guess I made assumptions about the level of formality he expected. Even though he had never met me before, he knew our two companies had been doing business with each other for years, and he wanted to build on that history by being less formal with me from the beginning. The real learning here for me was that I shouldn't assume we all have the same ideas about meeting people for the first time.
B.
I'd never worked with a virtual team on an international project before. It was quite exciting, though also challenging to work with people from different countries, many of whom I would never actually get to meet in person. There were a lot of things that were different about working in the same office, and it was quite challenging at the beginning. For example, there were different time zones, different IT systems, and even different local regulations which impacted on what each person was allowed to or able to do for the project. There were also interpersonal differences, such as different ways of working, approaches to deadlines, and when to reply to emails. And we shouldn't forget the fact that English was the project language, and that most people on the team had to work in a language which wasn't their first. A positive of this was that it meant that everyone, including the native English speakers, had to make the effort to communicate clearly and clarify their own and everyone else's understanding. To help us all get on the same page, we defined the communication norms and the rules the team would follow, as well as the meeting dates and deadlines. We lay this all out in a document called a team or project charter. This was really useful, and in the end, the project was a great success. I'm looking forward to working on my next international project.
C. I went through a bit of a rough patch last year at work. I was already committed to too much, and then we lost a team member through restructuring, and I quickly became overloaded. This led to me doing too much overtime and feeling very stressed. My boss was really helpful, and she pushed back against the unrealistic targets that had been set for our department. She also introduced me to the SMART approach to goal setting. It's an acronym, SMART. You use it to create goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. I used this approach to deal with all of the things that were overloading me. It helped me to prioritize some tasks, to do some later, and to drop some completely. I often use this approach now and feel much more in control of my time and workload. D.
Have you ever missed a flight or had one cancelled? I did. It happened to me last week. My flight home from a business trip was the last one of the day, and we were told it was going to be delayed. There's always a risk at the end of each day. The ground crew kept extending the delay until eventually they cancelled the flight completely. They then told us to go back through the airport to the departures area to talk to their agent, who would organise hotels for everyone and rebook us on the following day's flight. As soon as they made the announcement about the cancellation, I knew I had to think quickly, as it would not be likely that the flight would have capacity to take everyone from my cancelled flight. I hurried back through the airport and was one of the first to make it to the desk. That turned out to be a good idea, as there were only 9 seats available on the flight the next morning. Everyone else had to fly to a different airport and then continue back to our destination airport in coaches. Lucky me, right?
This recording is from the British Council. To find more activities to practice your English, visit www.britishcouncil.org/learn English.
Okay, so what do you think about this transcript?
Well, each one of them talk about one of the words that we have seen before. Right? Like one have a rough time, another one have yes, they was talking about a virtual team, another one was talking about too much commitment and also doing overtime.
Different
Well,
scenarios, right?
yes, yes.
Working online, losing a team member,
But
different scenarios, right?
the interesting part is that they use all the vocabulary words
That's
for
correct.
each context. So
Mhm.
like for the virtual team, they put in the context of getting on the same page.
Exactly.
You know, yes. For the first one, they was talking about making an assumption, and also like it was weird because they feel awkward when one was having too much confidence and the other one doesn't have that confidence.
Exactly.
Yes. So yeah.
Yes, it's actually a pretty good reading. And in the end, in the comprehension level, we have listened to different scenarios about work situations, right?
Yes.
Pretty much challenges that we have at work. For
Of course.
example, I work in virtual teams all the time, and
Yes,
I
I know.
teach online also. So in the end, we are a virtual team, right?
Yes. Yes, we are.
And that's the future, man.
Yes, it is. And if you look in positive ways, it's a really advantage because you can work from any part of the world doing any kind of job, you know?
Exactly. And I remember we used to have meetings, and it was a phone conversation, and that creates all kinds of problems, right? But now that we have all these platforms that we just spoke about a few minutes ago, we can present, we can give the information, share information, ask for opinions, or even if you have any doubts, just you can just put them on the table and see if we can resolve them, right?
Yes, yes, I agree
Okay,
with that.
so let's do another task. Now this one is true or false. Can you help me with the first one?
Okay, yes, of course. Let's see. Speaker A wanted to show respect by shaking somebody's hand. That's true.
Okay, that's correct.
Speaker A recommends always greeting people in the same way, no matter where you are. Um, no, I think that that's false.
Okay,
Okay. For speaker B, working in a virtual team is not so different from working in the same location. That's false also because he was telling a lot of difference. Says creating a team charter helped a speaker B team to avoid misunderstandings and confusion. That's true. Okay. Speaker C says the SMART acronym for goals settings stands for speak, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Specific, sorry, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. That's true.
okay, that's true.
Yes. That's
Okay, that would be 5. That's correct. Okay.
yes. So if you are feeling stressed, Speaker C recommends just dropping the task that are overloading you. Yes. Well, he recommends that you can drop the tasks, but by doing the the analysis that you were doing before, the SMART one,
Okay.
the SMART acronym. So
Acronyms.
Yes, I don't know if they are speaking in general, like just dropping all the tasks, and that would be false. But if they are talking about doing the technique that he's using, it's true. Did I get myself clear? Yes.
Okay, so what is the correct answer?
You're feeling stressed. Speaker C recommends just dropping the task. No, that's false.
Okay, good. 7.
Okay, according to speaker D, flights at the end of each day have a higher chance of being delayed. Yes, that's true.
Good.
Speaker D suggests taking your time if your flight is canceled, since the airline will have to rebook you on another flight away. That's false.
Good. So you got good answers, sir.
100?
Yeah.
80?
No,
Yes?
no, no. Everything correct.
Yes, friend. We got
Okay.
it.
Yes. Okay. So now we're not done yet. Task 2. Circle the best answer.
Okay. Let's do it. Task 2. How did speaker A feel during the meeting? Unsure about what to do.
That's correct.
Yes. How was speaker A responded to this experience? He has decided to. He has reflected on it and realized something.
What about 3?
How did speaker B feel about international project? It was challenging, but there were positives too.
Okay. 4.
How does speaker B feel now about working on international projects? She would like to do it again in the future. Okay, number 5. How did speaker C feel during his difficult time at work? He was stressed. How does speaker C feel now? More in control. What did speaker D do when the flight was canceled? She acted quickly. How does speaker D feel about what happened? Annoyed.
Okay. The correct answer is fortunate.
Fuck, okay. I
Okay.
lost there.
And the rest are correct.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, awesome. Remember, we will have something similar but fast.
Okay.
Okay. Now, a discussion. Do you ever face challenges at work? Yes, we have discussed them all the time. How do you overcome them? Patience, right? Patience.
Yes, friend, organization and resilience and I don't know.
All that good stuff, right?
Yes, all right.
Okay. Let's do another exercise. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's jump into reading. Remember, the previous one was listening. This one is reading, purely reading, okay?
Okay.
So again, C1 level, so yes, managing a problem. Read an email managing the problems faced by a member of an international team. And before we read, let's go into the vocabulary. Number 1,
Okay.
to
Number
learn the
one,
ropes.
to learn the ropes. Oh, okay, that's new. uh change the target. Okay, let's go to the next one. To give someone a heads up. To tell one someone, no, that is not. Oh, to tell or warn someone that something is going to happen. Yeah, that's heads up.
Sounds fair. 2, 3, I'm sorry.
To touch base with someone.
Oh, I use that word a lot.
Third base, second base, third base.
Well, I learned that expression from a friend that he already passed away, but he used to be the the dean of a college in Texas.
Oh my god,
He
dude.
was the second in charge of the university, psychologist, and well, he he already passed away. I mean, he wasn't that old,
So
but
sorry to hear that.
no, no. I mean, he knew this. I mean, he accepted that. He was crazy, man. He was a good friend, and he was like he was a gangster, man.
Yes.
Well, I say that, but in a good way, you know.
Yes, yes, I know.
Very educated person, but he was down to earth. A good, really good friend, and his name was Santiago. We would call him Shaggy.
Oh my god, he was like Shaggy from the Scooby
No,
Doo.
no, no. We just call him Shaggy just to.
I thought she was like Shaggy from Scooby
No,
Doo.
no, 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 no. He was a PhD. He was a doctor in psychology. Um, and he would call you, "Hey, dude, what are you doing tonight? So let's have lunch. Let's have dinner. Let's hang out. Let's have a drink." You know, he was a good guy, but I guess he had diabetes and stuff like that. But he would always say, "So what are you doing? Let's touch base today."
Okay.
So I learned that expression from him, and I use it a lot at work. And I noticed a lot of people copy me.
Doing that? Using
Yeah.
the
Yes. Okay.
so by your explanation, I think that is to make to make brief contact with someone.
That's correct. And 4.
Number 4, to feel a stretch. The more complete note. To feel okay.
Let's
Well,
go to the next one.
yes. To feel pulled in both directions. That is to be in a situation where you feel loyalty to two opposing groups of people.
Okay.
To have a smooth sailing experience. To have more complete perspective on a situation. No,
Try
sorry,
again.
that's to see the big picture.
See the
Okay.
big picture? Which one?
To have more complete perspective on a situation.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. And to have a smooth sailing experience is to be able to progress without much difficulty. To move the goalposts. Then you push, you pass. Okay, the number D, it is to feel stretch.
Okay. That's correct.
Yes.
And we are missing.
2, right?
Okay.
C and E. Yes. To learn the ropes. Okay, to learn the ropes is to learn the basics of how to perform a job or task.
That's correct.
And to move the goalposts is to change the target of the rules of a situation unfairly.
Yeah, that's like Big Brother, right?
Yes.
And it happens a lot.
Yes, friend.
The rules
It's
change.
life. You need to have wrestling about it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. Now, reading text, managing a problem. So we
Okay.
have an email from Joe Backhouse to Carl Anderson, 17 October. And the subject, support for Judy. Can you help me with the reading?
Of course. Dear Carl, I received a call from Judy a couple of days ago to discuss some of the issues that she was having, and I thought I had give you a heads up
Heads up.
on what was said. Seeing that you are Judy's project team leader, Judy really enjoys working with you on the team and finds the project very interesting. But I think she's feeling a bit lost and struggling to see the big picture. It seems that she's been given a fair amount of autonomy to carry out the task, but you have given her. And of course, this level of delegation is not uncommon in your branch that you have given her. Okay, but I believe in her Tokyo office, she's used to a bit more managerial direction and guidance, and so is finding this international project quite daunting. When I asked her about meeting her deadlines, she mentioned that due to the recent changes to the project timeline, her goalposts have been moved, and she doesn't seem to really understand why this has happened. Bearing in mind that she's also facing simultaneous deadlines from her department in Tokyo, we can presume that she might be feeling a bit stretched. Looking ahead, I was wondering if we could make it easier for Judy by offering her more direction when setting her tasks, at least until she learns the ropes and gets used to working unsupervised. I think she had also appreciate you giving her a clearer idea on how her role in the team fits into the overview of things. Do you know you could maybe outline the group and individual targets at your next team meeting, and that way everyone not only gets a reminder of the end goal, but each team member, including Judy, might have more holistic view of the whole project. I was also thinking it might help to touch base with her every so often to make sure that she's up to date with any changes to the overall plan attack. In the meantime, I'll write to her manager in the Tokyo office and see how aware they are of the deadlines you have given her, and if they could in some way review her responsibilities and coordinate her tasks so that she doesn't constantly feel pulled in both directions. Judy is an extremely conscientious worker and is eager to contribute positively to the team. Personally, I think she's someone with high potential and will be an asset to our international projects if properly mentored. I'm keen to know our thoughts on the matter, and I'm open to any suggestions on how we could better support Judy so that she has a more smooth sailing experience on the team. Best regards, Joe Packhouse, Head of Department International Projects.
All right. So we have a lot of information here.
Yes, friend, and I have a doubt. What is keen?
Which paragraph? I forgot.
The last one, on the third line after the point. I'm keen.
Keen. Keen means that you have a sharp point of view,
Okay.
that you feel the connection.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Understood.
And well, we're not done. Circle the best answer. Hey, that's
Okay.
the way I am, man. Number one.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. Why is Joe writing to Carl? Okay, let's see. To suggest that his management style is not suitable for the current members of this team.
Okay.
To take it easy on Julian. To let him know about the issue his team member is facing and help him manage them.
That's correct.
Yes. Okay. What is Judy not used to? Being left to do things on her own.
Correct.
Okay. Why is Judy confused by the change in targets? She has simultaneous deadlines from the Tokyo office. Or she feels as she needs to understand the reason for changes.
Okay, that's correct.
Okay. Who might benefit from having a better overview of the projects and a better understanding on how to individual tasks fit together to achieve the group target? Oh my God, that was a long question. Okay, Judy and the rest of Carl's team.
That's correct.
What does Joe think of Judy? Judy is very hardworking and capable and will go far in the company.
Okay.
Okay.
6.
Which of these Joe do in her mail? In her email? Use language to show that she's expressing not hard facts. Use language to show that she is expressing her own opinion or possibility and not hard facts. Okay, all of the above.
All of the above?
Yes. Because
That's correct.
yes.
Okay. And let's try number 2.
Okay, let's do it.
Match the problems A through D with the solutions 1 to 4 that Joe suggests.
Okay. Judy is feeling stretched with multiple deadlines.
And let's look at the solutions.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I think that is number 4. It is A.
That's correct.
Okay.
B.
Judy can't see the big picture. Okay, it is 1.
Correct.
Judy is not used to so much autonomy. Carl could touch base with her regularly and make sure she's up to date with the changes.
Okay.
No.
C is more
C
like
is
a 2.
like a 2.
And D, a
It
3.
is like a 3. Yes, because they are talking about changing targets.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. let's see. Let's go now into the discussion. How do you deal with problems at work? Have you ever had to write an email similar to this one?
Mm, no, I think that I have never had to write this email, but of course, you always have problems with people. So I think that the best way to deal with this is to
One
know
on
what,
one?
yes, to know what language they talk. You know, if you need to be harsh with someone because that's the way they are going to understand you, you need to be harsh. But if you can go as a friend and be polite, you can do that. It's always better to do that.
To be polite, right?
Yes, and to be their friend because they saw you like as a reference, and whatever you are going to tell them to do, they are going to do it. But there are some people that take advantage about it. I need to know who they are.
That's correct.
So you need to talk about them. So yes, I love to do it one on one, to approach the people physically, like to
Unless
talk.
unless you work in a virtual team and your boss
Yes,
is somewhere else and you cannot have a phone conference or something, then you write an email, right?
yes, right. Of course,
If
email.
the circumstances are not appropriate, you use an email as a resource.
Yes,
But if you have the person there, come on.
you can approach him. Email
Mhm.
is like I use email for the last resource. Like it's like a memo. Okay, so I link it up with a memo
Yeah,
every
because you want
time.
to leave evidence that you are recording something.
Yes. So for me, it's like I email things at the third time. So I say it once, I say it twice, and the third time is goes with the email.
Correct.
So
And
that's
also,
the
you have to remember that sometimes when we are not clear about instructions, some people are very, how can I say it, um, doubtful to have the first approach, you know?
yeah,
What I'm trying to say is that, for example, the old school would be
was so
very,
good.
in Mexico, especially in Mexico, they would be very, very judgmental. If you don't understand something, they would criticize you.
Yes, I
And
know.
some people still have that belief because at some point the learning has been that way. In
Yes,
my case, I can only speak for myself, but I was taught that if you don't understand something, you need to get the information correct so you can do your goal, to get the things that you need, that you're being requested.
yes,
If you didn't get it, it's not necessarily because you're lacking some sort of capability. Maybe the person that is explaining the information is not good in explaining.
yes, friend. And I'm with you. It's like I always tell my team that if they don't understand something, just ask.
But
Doesn't
not,
matter.
no, don't stay quiet until
Yes,
something worse happens, right?
of course, and doesn't matter if it is like 100 times questioning, but until the doubt is over, I rather that they ask. So I ask them valid the redundant that every time they don't know how to do something, they ask me. Like
Well,
the other time, I almost killed the fermentation process.
well, in my case, because of my position, my job description, I have to make sure the information is clear.
Yes. Well,
So I am always in the search of uh, clearlessness, um, uh, if why? Because if I see that someone is having problems, I approach them first. And unfortunately, the first signal that I get is that they don't complete tasks on time, but they don't tell
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
They
I know.
don't. You go and one of the things that I love is that, what was it again? Dude, it's been 2 weeks. You gave me the deadline. And now you're telling me, what was it about? Okay.
Yes, I know
And they do it on purpose.
that. Yes,
Because
friend.
it's better to say that you forgot, because that creates a doubt that you had a meeting or a revision with them if you don't remember. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know that. I know that.
People are smart. And
Yes.
and and, and especially when it comes, try not to get in trouble.
Yes. Yes, you're right. It's like they have, my dad calls that viveza criolla.
Why was that? I need more explanation for that.
Okay, so viveza criolla is the thing that you do when you are going to take advantage about a situation, but being smart. Like, okay, let me see. How can I tell you? Like when you take advantage, for example, when you are in a row for the bank, okay? So someone leaves for 10 minutes and you are the next one. But you
Oh,
take
yeah.
advantage because the people leave, the person leave. So you say, okay, no, the person leave.
Most
He,
people are like that, especially Mexicans. I'm not like that. If I see the person leave, I hesitate and I tell the cashier, you know what, the person left. What do I do? We'll come first, and when the person arrives, they take the next turn. But even before I take that option, I consult with the person behind me. Are you okay with this?
yes, that's the way things should be. But when one take advantage about those little situation, it is called viveza criolla here in Bolivia. So
Viveza criolla.
yes,
Uh,
it is called like, they are smart, but not really in a good way. So
well,
that is this people. Also, your team is like they are being smart by having a viveza criolla with you. You know.
yeah, yeah, I'm been in that situation. Uh, of course, I dislike it.
Of
I don't
course.
do that. I don't do that because I was not
Yes.
brought into that. But a lot of people do it to me, and I just learned to live with it, because
Yes, friend. Also,
you
I
can't you
dislike
can't you
that too.
can't have arguments with everyone, right?
Yes, friend. I dislike that too. It's like pendejo, but but
No, no. One of the most common things is that you arrive first at a place, but somehow the person is busy, the receptionist. You wait. All of a sudden, someone arrives and they see you, like he interrupts the person and then he takes your place.
yes, yes, that is viveza criolla. That
Yes,
is
that's
so
very common, and people do that here a lot.
yes, and also
And
it's
I have seen the opposite. I have seen people do that to other people, and the other person, hey, I'm here.
yes.
And the other
Well,
person responds, pues no estás haciendo nada, no estás diciendo, ok, pues eso es otra cosa.
yes, I
I
think
have
that
seen people argue about this.
I have argued sometime because I really annoy that. For me, it's
Of
really
course.
annoying. So, when every time once does to, what a person does that to me, I talk to them like, dude, I'm here, so you can wait.
Is bad intentions, okay?
Yes, or like, dude, don't lie to me.
Ignore me.
I know that.
Don't.
Yes, or dude, don't lie to me. I know that you are lying, so tell me the truth. And I hate viveza criolla. I really hate it. It is a mix of having bad manners with Dorando la Perdiz, you know?
Yes.
It is that.
It is what it is, man. But
It is, friend.
yes, it's been all of these things have been around for eternity, and they will be.
Yes, that's life, dude.
It's not gonna stop.
Yes.
Anyways, that's all for tonight, sir.
Oh my
I
God,
hope
dude.
I hope you had a blast with this information. We're gonna do the another one, and I believe it's good practice. Okay.
Yes, friend. I really enjoy it. I was going to say that to you.
A lot
It's
of people
like,
say that British Council, they offer a lot of information because you learn new topics, you learn new expressions, and most important, they are interesting.
yes. And the thing about it is that it is also challenging because you you manage like a lot of information, and then you answer the questions, you know?
That's correct. Yes, that's what it
So
is, man.
I love
And
it.
remember, what we did today was C1 level. So please feel good about that. Okay.
That's a really good level.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So what's the max level?
C2.
Okay, tomorrow we have to do C2, dude.
They don't offer any C2.
Oh, okay. Okay, C1.
Okay. Yes. Oh, awesome. Okay, Gonzalo. Well, that's all for tonight. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, sir.
Okay, my friend. Have a great night too. Big hug.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care, Gonzalo. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.